Mike.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving your city. It's a lot of crazy people here, but I love crazy people. So
it's quieter than normal too because of the holiday weekend.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. It's usually busier.
I think it's quite busy. So for the audience that doesn't know you, give me like your short elevator pitch of who you are.
Sure. I am a strength coach. Help people get stronger, get leaner, feel better. I train Gary Vaynerchuk, who marketers know, in the gym every single day for the last 2 years. So I'm his personal trainer, take care of his nutrition, and I like to write. I like to make stuff. I like making YouTube videos. I like writing blog posts. I've found that I'm a pretty effective communicator, and I like doing it.
Yeah. What's your favorite platform of the moment to communicate to your audience, you would say?
Snapchat.
Why?
It's so one-on-one. I surprise so many people going in and replying to snaps one-on-one, like having real video interaction. Less in the last month just because I'm doing the daily vlog on YouTube, but from around Christmas time, when Gary was like, you need to get on Snapchat, until very recently, I probably spent 2 hours a day, like essentially vlogging my day and my life in my story, and then going in and just constantly replying to snaps and helping people mostly with fitness stuff. Cool.
And would you say that the efficiency, it's really fast to interact on Snapchat with your audience? Would you say that makes it kind of the place you give the most feedback?
Yes, it's also the depth. I think that if someone emails me, they expect a reply more so than if they snap me. They're not really expecting to get anything back. And the video just adds another element of personality and just personal nature to it. But definitely, like if I'm in a 12-minute cab ride and I can reply to 40 or 50 snaps in there, versus it's faster than email and it's easier than email.
Yeah, definitely. But you do mostly video then? Video replies, you don't have to write, or do you write them?
No, I usually don't. I always fat finger when I'm a bad texter. So I'm quicker on video. And like I said, I just like that engagement.
Yeah. I was telling you earlier that I find it fascinating. I've been following you for like 7-8 months or something. And clearly you're very good at what you're doing in terms of your knowledge of health and strength and all that kind of stuff. But it's been really interesting to see how you evolved in terms of a communicator to your audience. And you've been on one hell of a ride, I would say, with Gary Vaynerchuk, and you probably learned a lot of things from him. But are you able to kind of sum up some of the things the aha moments you got from spending time with him in terms of communicating with your audience?
The biggest one is just do it. Like, how often should I post? You should post every single day. And if you can't post every day, you should post 6 days a week. If you can't post 6 days a week, post 5 days a week. Like, more is better than less. 80% times 100 posts versus having like 6 absolutely perfect posts. You're gonna get more reach, you're gonna help more people by putting more out there. Something that I don't think the audience can apply directly, but maybe indirectly, is just the fact that spending 2 hours a day, an hour working him out and an hour around the office getting him food, around such a positive, high energy person, rubbed off on me in a crazy way with my self-confidence and with my ability to just fearlessly put content out there, with my mood, just with a lot of things. Like it reinforced the whole 5 people you spend time with is who you become, in a big way for me. The personal one-on-one engagement, scaling the unscalable, like actually replying to YouTube comments and replying to snaps, replying to emails, and just building from the ground up.
So what you're basically saying is that you realize that doing the hard work actually works. I mean, in a way,
right?
Because before you start,
I mean, I think there's an element too, and I don't have big followings, but when you get to a certain point, I think a lot of people think they don't need to reply or don't feel obligated, or if you have 35 Instagram comments, like you don't need to jump in there and give people one-on-one help. And it just matters. It's just important. It's just a level of depth that I enjoy.
Do you plan what content you make in a long time in advance, or is it something, I mean, like in your blog post and of course in your vlogs as well now, that's your day-to-day, but do you kind of plan and think your publishing plan?
I'm thinking about it all the time, but no, I'm the worst. I have created content schedules, so when I have an idea, all my ideas go in one place, and those can be videos or blog posts, and sometimes both.
Yeah.
But then, like, let's say I had I went to my content schedule that I made on like the first week I was going to follow it, and I was supposed to write a post about reverse dieting.
Yeah.
And I sit down and I look at the blank Word doc, and a post about how to track sushi calories comes out. Like, it just, no.
But in terms of what you're doing in your day life, I mean, tracking things, your food, your workouts,
Yeah.
Following a plan,
Yeah.
is kind of a important thing of what you're doing with your health and your training.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think it's harder to apply that to your marketing then, if you understand the question?
I understand completely. So first, I think it's very apparent that if I were applying it, I would be doing better.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Just as with your students, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
The more they follow plan, the better it gets.
I'm trying to figure out why that is a barrier for me. Probably the perfection mindset that I said I've gotten a little bit better at, but still isn't perfect.
Yeah.
If it's not coming from my intuition, if I feel like I'm trying to force creating something, write about this topic, rather than writing about something I want to write about that I think I can make better that day. That's probably it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm the same. I'm the worst. I'm very good at teaching people how to create publishing plans, content plans, and schedule things.
Yeah.
But me as well, it just has come from the heart.
Yeah.
And for me, the biggest thing, I was daily blogging like back in the days for almost 10 years, right? So I have a lot of content.
Yeah.
But it was kind of starting to eat me from within. I started hating blogging because it just felt like an obligation. You had to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I kind of just distanced myself for it and I just let the creation come, I went from daily to kind of 2 times a week or something.
Yep.
But the content was better and I was more happy with myself. So not following my plan, but just knowing that this is my audience and this is what I want to achieve, giving value to my audience.
Yeah.
I didn't need kind of a plan to do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, and I think this applies to health as well, just to get you started, just having a plan, and even though you fucking hate getting up in the morning, lifting heavy things, or just walking or eating healthy food, you just have to kind of push it on for the first
habits.
2-3 months.
You're getting
right?
momentum going.
Yes. So I think it's fascinating how similar both kind of the marketing, building an audience side and the nutrition and health side is when I watch your content, because a lot of things you're giving advice to your audience on is things I do the same thing but with marketers.
You do it well in marketing.
As an audience.
Or you teach it in marketing.
Yeah, I teach it in marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very interesting. But how's the daily vlogging going? I mean, I see you have some old YouTube videos and now it's getting more and more of the new ones.
Yep, yep.
Do you see a lot of growth there?
So it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little actually. I see a big spike in the rate of subscriptions.
Yeah.
Which wasn't there before. Engagement on each video. Yeah, there's a few more comments and views are kind of in the same range.
Yeah.
But I just know, like, in 2 weeks, I have learned from Gary and learned from watching people, watching Casey vlog every single day for the last year and change or whatever it's been. The more you put out, that's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
I also have I played poker in high school and in college, so those principles of being process-oriented versus results-oriented, because in the short run, results don't always mirror the work you're putting in, that's very ingrained in me. I'm pretty good at sticking with the process, keeping my head down, and not coming up and seeing what's going on for 6, 8, 10, 12 months.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're about to kind of go into a post-Gary era of your life now, and you told me 2 years?
Yeah.
Almost daily working out with him, giving him food and that kind of thing, and you're soon gonna be a free man. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and because I go on his family vacations, I go on his business trips, I fly to London with him and work him out there.
Yeah. So what's your plan going forward? I mean, after this chapter of your life is gone, where do you go?
I want to make more stuff and reach more people.
Okay.
Period. Like, this extra time I want to use to better my writing, to better my video editing, to write more, to create more videos. And then on the business side of things, I want to start moving into, right now, like we were talking about, I offer one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
I want to move into a more, at least add scalable revenue sources, so I'm not completely dependent on the one-on-one communication. So that's something I'm also playing with. Like, how can I reach people? How can I help people at a fair price point that actually works, that actually like provides community, provides the right information, gives support, and that a lot of people could join. Yeah,
that's interesting. But because I think most businesses are kind of, when they grow and they start kind of going without life support, I mean, making enough money to kind of have meals every day as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's really hard to kind of go from that, just barely making it, to New York, huh?
New York.
Barely making it, to kind of scaling it up to something where you actually generate more revenue, you build a faster audience, but you actually work less, or you work kind of smarter. So, so it's an interesting kind of transition you're going into.
Well, it's scary too, because you kind of have to take a step back,
Yeah.
or you have to work more hours to build those really good products or platforms, or it's taking a step back from the current revenue stream and putting that time and energy into making something great.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So last question, and I'm hoping I can apply this to the marketing side as well. What's the kind of the number one challenges or your mistakes your clients, your students usually make?
That's a good question. What is the biggest mistake? For many of them, it's so cliche. It's literally doing it.
Yeah.
It's literally following the plan. It's having that perfection mindset with food.
Yeah.
With, if I go over 100 calories, my whole day is screwed. I may as well eat 3 of those donuts and 5 of those hot dogs.
Yeah.
That all or nothing mindset. There's also an element of just, you gotta go show up to the gym.
Yeah.
You gotta do your sets.
Do the work and follow the plan, basically. Yeah. And that it's the same thing with everything that you want to kind of make progress on. Right. Building an audience or your health or whatever. I think it's the same kind of thing. But it's starting to get hard.
There's no shortcuts. There's no like 6-pack in 6 days. There's none of that.
Yeah.
You do it. Be patient, and in time, it gets easier too, right? Like, the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit, but more intuitive, and you kind of do it, and you fall more and more in love with it, I would say.
Yeah.
Or you hate it, and you kind of jump off it, but
and
then you kind of
do something else.
Yes.
Then you know you hate it.
Yes.
Not knowing that you hate it leaves you in the same spot.
Yeah.
Whereas figuring it out, and then you move on to the next thing.
It's very interesting. Cool. Okay, Mike.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
It was fun.
Yeah.